taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest.
We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it?
He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
What's up? Hey, I guess y'all wasn't expecting to see me back this soon, was you? We on a double tonight. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? We about to go into the weekend. Well, let me rephrase that. Technically, it's not Friday yet. Tomorrow is Friday, but it might as well be Friday. Some of y'all was here with me just 20-30 minutes ago, so you already know what type of time we were on prior. I got my partner in here. He was supposed to join us for the stream earlier, but a couple of delays kind of slowed that down. So we got on, talked about doing a double shift. I said, fuck it, why not? And yeah, we're gonna get into it. No different than before. You might hear some other perspectives. We're gonna actually talk a little bit more about the Hinton situation, but we're also going to talk about this Smokey Robinson case that's floating around the internet as well. So do me a solid. Repost, let the people know we are on. I know it might be some of y'all bedtime, but we all adults here. Tap in. I'm gonna bring him up, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Yo,
What's good? What's good? What's up with you?
I'm back at it again, man.
I know, man. This is a double whammy for you, right?
Can't nobody tell me I don't work hard. I'll be here. Trust me, I'll be here. What's good, man? I know you I know you caught a part of the stream from earlier, and I know you got some things that you want to get over your chest. We got this, and we got the Smokey Robinson thing, but yeah, it was
interesting though.
It was a pretty good, yeah. What are your? I want to give you a chance to share like your thoughts on it in general. From I mean, anything that you might have felt was not mentioned, or anything that you want to express specifically on it, we can do that. The floor is yours. Of course, I'm not gonna censor or hold you up. So I mean, do your thing.
The only thing I'm gonna say on that matter from earlier with the Ryan Henson situation is it's another tragedy, man. That was a tough loss on both parts. I believe y'all covered that part. Um, and outside of that, it's see the whole thing about the matter with that, man, is that it's another. It just spiral, man. It's another one of those cases where you know it can go either way. People go this way, people go that way. But it was a right and wrong way how to handle it, and I believe the father. I want to emphasize the dad situation. Um, you played the footage. You played several videos tonight, I believe. But on one of the videos, we're gonna go with the shooting of 18-year-old. I think that was what the first Friday, the 1st of May. Um, to my knowledge, more information surfaced about the actual incident with the police running down that kid and shooting him down dead. Now, from the story that I first got was it was a report on a stolen vehicle. They said it was a vehicle stolen in the area. Now, we know a little bit about some stolen vehicles. I don't, if somebody stole a vehicle, to my knowledge, if somebody really stole a vehicle, I'm gonna ask you this question: Do you honestly think that they would be asleep in a stolen vehicle if the vehicle's stolen?
If you high, intoxicated, probably. But
So,
in most cases, no.
okay, so we're gonna go in most cases. So in most cases, you said no, and that's the correct answer. What happened was it was a report of a stolen vehicle. The officers came to that area where the teens were asleep. Turns out they wasn't in that stolen vehicle. That vehicle wasn't stolen. It was another vehicle in that area. So the guys that jumped out and ran from being asleep, they was reacting. Listen to this. They were young teenagers, so they were reacting to the officers in the area. You see what I'm saying? So that's how they reacted. So I'm not going to say that boy was innocent, like, he wasn't doing anything, you know, wrong. Because we gonna put emphasis. It was some wrongdoing with that. But my thing is, if a police come near you, I don't know how aggressive it was or whatever, but it was enough to get the boys out the car, wake them up, get them out the car, and they begin to run. They ran. Two of the officers followed that man's son though. Now it was allegedly reported that the man's son had aimed. Did they say he aimed the weapon at one of the officers in the process of running? Now I'm gonna ask you this question: If you was running with a weapon, would you be able to aim at an officer if you're running? If you're running away from the vehicle, are you able to aim at an officer?
People in shootouts aim at other people when they're shooting, when they're running. So that is absolutely possible.
So you mean to tell me that if you're running away, like he's running away from the officers are chasing him. That mean they behind. That he's able to, as he's running, if he's running, he's looking forward. He's able to pull the gun and still aim correctly and hit an officer. Does that sound right?
The only scenario I see is me going. So I'm going like this. I'm going like this, and then my hand, this hand, my head is going this way. This hand with the gun is going like this. This I'm not doing this. that doesn't make sense.
Do you feel me? Do you feel me? So with that, with what you just showed me, sir, if the boy had the gun, let's go off the gun tip, and he was running. We know he was running because that's what it showed in the can. Wouldn't he have had to stop? Like if somebody chasing you and you know you got that on you, wouldn't you stop and say, pop, pop? Like, I know I got that on me. Y'all chasing me, feds, ops. Like, if anybody chasing you, I know I got that on me. Let me turn around. I got this. Pop, pop. Like that. I wouldn't take a shot at a police running away from them. That don't even make sense because I want to be able to hit. If the purpose of taking a shot or aiming something, I want to be able to hit my target. How the fuck I'm gonna hit my target and I'm running this way? I'm looking away from the people that's chasing me. I can't hit my target guaranteed. So that's another observation. So then they say, well, he got a gun. He got a gun. The gun, what? It was before he got through the trash cans. It was some concrete right there. They said the gun. They said they heard the gun fall or something. From what I heard. If you drop a gun while you running, wouldn't you hear the metal hit the concrete on concrete more than where they said the gun was actually at? They said it was in some grass. Wouldn't it make more noise if he dropped the gun and kept running through the trash cans on that concrete?
I mean, I would think so, but
So, but they said they heard it. They said they heard it though. If you can hear it, that mean you heard that metal. That mean he's not armed. Then he gets through the trash can, and it was an officer already waiting on him that met him on the other side. It was one trailer and it was another one that was right there in position. Two officers. So at that point, if you heard the gun hit the concrete as an officer, wouldn't you know that mean that the young man, and he was still running, the young man wasn't armed? So it was a total, I think it was a total of what, 5 shots? They shot him, shot 5 times and killed him with two of those shots killed him. I forget the areas they hit him. I know it was one through the arm. But the bottom line is you executed the young man. And then on top of that, on top of the execution that you killed him, you blurred out the footage. It was a little blurry footage. So my thing is, if all of that stuff played out the way it was, and they said that the young man aimed the gun at him to threaten. That's if I aim it, I'm threatening to kill an officer. But if you look at the footage, I didn't see that. To me, I didn't see him aim and take a shot at one of them. Did you see that?
Not from what I played. Nope.
Okay, so if he didn't take a shot at one of them, then where is the justice of him being okay making decisions to shoot the kid, then shoot that boy? You see what I'm saying?
No, I'm listening.
So it was two officers, and then it was two officers. So you got a partner with you at the on the scene when you took the shots at him. So you mean to tell me out of two of y'all being on the force, the force and stuff, y'all supposed to be representing the people, serve and protect, so supposedly, but you felt like your life was in danger. You felt like your life was in danger, and you decided to make the call and take the shots that you took. Now, he took the shots. Now I want to go into context of how he took the shots or the areas he chose to take the shots at. Because my thing is, yeah, we're gonna break this down. We going in the bag tonight. It's lab season. And my thing is, you a trained officer. That's your job. You a damn police officer. You supposed to serve and protect, man. Not execute. You know what I'm saying? So in my vision, I'm thinking, okay, if this young man was a threat, he was running away from them. I don't see a threat if you're running. Now, if you don't stop, if they give you a command, because an officer could give you a command to go off of to listen. Some people listen, some people don't listen. Let's keep it 100. Some people do listen, some people don't. My thing is, where was my command at? To John, listen, how I'm gonna follow the rules if you ain't telling me? Only thing I'm doing is what? I'm running. Don't police officers supposed to say stuff like, get on the ground, lock your hands, lay on the ground. Let me take you in. Serve and protect. So going back to the shots, that officer did not do that. That officer did not check to see if the vehicle was stolen. Were they technically in a stolen vehicle for you to come to those kids like that? No, they were not. The vehicle was in the area of the kids that ran. Let me put that on the table. The vehicle was in the area of the kids who took off. So they were not in the stolen vehicle. Now, were they doing something maybe what you said to be sleep? Because we was talking about them being sleep. Yeah, they probably was doing something to be sleep though. But it don't match up that somebody will be sleep if they stole a vehicle. That's my point. I wouldn't get, because in order to go to sleep, you got to get real comfortable. So I don't think I can get comfortable in something I stole. I can't do that to go to sleep.
When I started this conversation earlier, I prefaced it with the father failed his son. That's how I started the whole thing off. Because in my eyes, if he raised him the way that he should have, then he would have never been in that car in the first place. His trajectory in life would have gone a completely different way. The friends that he was associating with, them wouldn't have been his friends. That scenario with that officer never would have taken place. Now, as far as the officer, I also said, and y'all who was here watching earlier, I also said that this officer was a poor judge of character. Whatever training he had was piss poor. I also brought up the fact that within the last month, we've had a lot of white and black situations involving death. You had the drowning, you had the murder suicide shit, you have the Carmelo Metcalf situation, and now this, and all of this is within weeks,
a month.
so we can already get this out of the way. Police have been corrupt since I was born, before I was born. We already know that. Now, whether or not you look at this and say it was racism involved or not is pretty much up to you. That's going to be your determining factor here. My concern is the fact that the individuals hired and paid to do a job, for one, they're not doing it. For two, the inability of adults giving positions of power, their inability to maintain and regulate them properly so that they can do their job accordingly without biases or having outside feelings interfere with how they judge a activity that might be illegal, has caused someone to lose their life and turned it into a trickle effect of a repeating cycle, because the officer has done a poor job, the father has done a poor job, and now we are here, and because both parties failed to do what they were supposed to do, this is what we end up with. That young man should have been reading books. He should have been playing sports. He should have been in activities at school. He should have been going to church. He should have been with his family and friends and loved ones. He should not have been in that type of environment. Whether or not he's guilty or innocent, that's neither here nor there. The path that he was put on led him ultimately to that spot. And that's pretty much the gist of what I was speaking on earlier. Your presentation is more or less, this was premeditated, and I would rather you give your perception of what you believe is going on with this versus me, because you already know I am as neutral as can be until I see other reasons not to be. I give accountability to all parties involved, except for the officer who died for no reason. He lost his life just for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. So I yield the mic.
Okay, so going back to the officer you just mentioned, however, he did lose his life, and he was straight up innocent with that situation. Like you mentioned, wrong place, wrong time. Um, but can't we say the same for the young man? I just mentioned that they got a call about a stolen vehicle, and it wasn't the vehicle because he wouldn't have been asleep. Wrong place, wrong time. You see what I'm saying? So he come over there approaching somebody that's supposedly stole a vehicle. You know, the young boy take off running, ran through the trash cans. He said he got a gun. And see, this the thing. Before the shots went off, he got a gun. He got a gun. And then the shots go off, pop, pop, pop. Then you see the blurry body cam and all of that. So my thing is that was heinous. Let's put it all on the table. Now, let me go to the father. Because if I was on this table earlier tonight, I would have asked that question to you, sir, and to Mr. Jason. Are y'all fathers? I mean, do y'all have kids?
I know he has kids.
He has kids. So I would have asked that question to y'all, but I'm gonna go with the dad. Now, the dad, son, it happened on Friday with the son. Broad daylight. Broad daylight. So to me, I don't see how a mistake could have been made with the killing of the young man if you a trained officer and it was broad daylight and you would have had to have, I guess probable cause the to put extra pressure on that kid with them shots. Now, I didn't see that in that video. And I don't think that dad saw it either. Now, am I on the dad side? I'm gonna put it to you like this. Like it or not, write it down, take a picture. I'm a dad. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that dad looking at that body footage, that body cam, and pretty much seeing what I just broke down. And he went the hell off. If you shoot my son and wound my son, you see what I'm saying? It's a difference between you shooting my son and he's in the hospital. I can go see what happened and my son is wounded. You know, we could talk about, this, that, and the third. But when you shoot my son and you kill my son, especially where you shot my son at, now it's a different topic. We looking at stuff kind of different. If you get the drift, if you do that, like this happened, I can't go to him. I can't have that conversation with him no more. I can't find out, what I'm saying, this, that's, and the third with my son because he's not in the hospital. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different outcome. So uh that father, that father looking at it from that scope was obviously hurt. The whole family was hurt. Let's start with the son that got killed in the trash can. The whole family was hurt. The father was hurt. But that father had the most pressure on him out of any family member that was looking at that footage. That's his son. If you're not a father, you never been a parent, you don't know what the fuck that means. That's his son. His. So he had the responsibility to get the justice that he felt like he deserved to have through that body cam footage with the misunderstanding. Now, let's put this on the table. We're not gonna sit here and act like when you see these episodes before where it was a misunderstanding. What we get? I felt threatened for my life. I had to make the call. The chief, the lady that was on the conference. I don't know if you played that video. She even said that my officers are trained to shoot first. She said my officers are trained to shoot first because if they don't make, there's something about the decision making of these officers that the outcome would end up being tragic. So my thing is, if the officers was supposed to shoot first, even if the boy had the gun aiming at him, you didn't have to kill him. You could have shot him in the leg or something. Like I say, wounding and killing is two different things. And I just feel like people have gotten tased. I heard you mention the taser on this joint. I mean, it was other ways people have gotten killed, mistaking the taser for a gun. I think that came out before. All these is a lot of mistakes. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of mistakes. And after a while, I'm gonna just say it. People get tired of seeing the same outcome and the mistakes and stuff. Oh, it's an error. But I pose to trust you to serve and protect. I pose to trust you and give you the respect. But you can't even make the right call and not kill my son though. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, I'm not saying that it was right. The father chose an eye for an eye. That's the route he took. He was frustrated with the outcome of his son. He was frustrated with the system. He was frustrated with the footage and everything that you presented him. He decided to not trust the law no more, not trust the system no more. And he decided to put it all in his hands. That was his decision. And he felt bad and all of that. Yeah, I heard you talk about the emotion part and all of that. And he decided to run that Cincinnati officer down, that deputy down, that innocent officer down. Cold blood, ran him over. And he hurt himself a little bit. I saw the bandages and stuff he had on his head. He hurt himself. And we're gonna put this on the table. After he killed that officer, no, I'm gonna answer that. No, it didn't bring his son back. Because that's what he ultimately wanted. He wanted his son to come back, and it didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? So that was an innocent man. Yes, it was wrong, but let's not forget about, it's been, I can't even countless. I'm gonna just use the word countless. It's been countless unsolved cases similar to what happened to his son. We're not gonna. I heard people say we could do case by case basis. I'm going off outcome by outcome basis. And to me, it just seemed like that father did not want to wait for his justice. He wanted his justice immediately. And that was his way of getting his justice. Now, The only advice I would give to that dad was, if that's how you felt, because you know where you going now, because after what you didn't did. My thing is, if that's how you felt, if that was on your mind, like it was premeditated and you wanted to get revenge for your son, whatever. Hey, you might as well be the biggest, boldest, baddest dad of all. Go find that officer that did that to your son though, because he didn't kill your son. He didn't kill your son. And then it wouldn't have mattered if you would have went to jail, if the officers that was around that officer that killed your son, if all of them decided to shoot you as many times as they felt like, whatever. Long as you get that bitch, that son bitch that killed your son, that's real justice. If that's called real street justice. That's street justice. You got my son, I got you, and that's it. I wouldn't have took the route of killing an innocent man, but I'm not gonna ignore the fact that a frustrated black father. I'm not gonna ignore that shit one bit. Because that's exactly what happened. You got it.
You know what I love about these discussions? You get to really hear the perspective of everybody. And look, I want to be clear. Everything that you said here, I could hear the echo of 1,000,000 black people saying the exact same thing that you said. And you know what happened? All of them end up in the same place, dead or in jail. Because of what? Street justice. Your perception of this is just like a lot of our culture. Tit for tat. You shot up my house, I'm going to shoot up your house. You did something to my family, I'm going to do something to yours. And in your mind, it sounds logical. It sounds rational, very reasonable. But when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, you start out with 5 people. You end up with 2. What happened to the other 3? Those other 3, they thought just like you. I'm going to get revenge. And they got revenge. But guess what? Somebody got revenge on them for getting revenge. So now your numbers dwindle from 5, 4, 3, 2, until there's just 1. And now you're alone. All your family is gone. And all you're left with is your street politics. All you're left with is your Dr. Umar post. All you're left with is your I live by the code, die by the code. But you don't have the warmth of your family anymore. The laughter, the birthday parties, the potential of their growth, the potential of seeing them be something that they otherwise wouldn't have been. All over, you want to get revenge on somebody because you feel a certain type of way. Nobody here will ever tell you not to be angry or to be enraged or feel a fire. That's your child. Why wouldn't you feel the ultimate pain of that? I don't have to be a parent to know that. Your perception of how he handled this is exactly what I said early in the stream. You're looking at him like he's a superhero. Like he came and saved the day. The black man rescues us from the white man, the cop killer. Give him a badge and a gun and put him on a payroll. Sounds good in theory until you realize that longevity always wins over temporary emotions. Your son can't come back. Your son doesn't have a voice to speak anymore. And guess what? Now you don't either. The reason why I said the father failed the son was not just because of the lifestyle that his child was in. He failed his son in other ways because he just removed himself from his grandparents. The father's father is still alive. His grandmother, his mother is still alive. He just removed himself from his family. You think they're going to visit him in prison every day? You missed the video I played where his father gave a speech at a conference. His father's father showed you that wisdom and a sound mind goes a long way. It goes further than you listening to gangster music or listening to these hood niggas out here on the corner telling you that their lifestyle is the keys and the blueprints to success. What you just presented to me was a concoction of death and misery and a continued cycle of ignorance coming from a culture who is believing that they have to do everything with guns and weapons, and that's counterproductive to the ultimate goal, which is to mitigate the possibilities or opportunities for this to happen. The father, in my opinion, should have stayed his ass out of jail. He should have lawyered up. He should have went to social media. He should have used this platform, this medium that we so idolize and worship. He should have used this social media space with every opportunity and every tool that is provided to him to present something that would shift the culture. This was his opportunity to shift the narratives, the stigmas, that show that there are other ways, that there are other options. This was his way as a black man to represent us in a way where weakness does not mean that turning your back has to be looked at as a negative. What he could have done is continue to put a positive light on not only the fear black people have for police. He could have started programs. He could have started trust funds. He could have created infrastructures. And I said this earlier, so y'all go rewind it. You can rewind it yourself. The revenge eye for an eye thing is absolutely trash. I don't support it. I don't believe it ever works. It never Name me one instance, anybody here watching, including you, name me one incident or one situation where revenge worked out for anyone. Yes, it's tragic. Yes, I hurt for them. I'm sad for it. I'm tired of innocent people losing their life for no reason. The remedy, that's what we need to be focused on. How do we solve the problem? How do we make sure that this doesn't happen as often as it does? That's what we need to be focusing on, not celebrating this ignorant shit. But, that's just my opinion. What do I know, right? And I want to add too before I move on, because I want to get to the next one, and then you can say whatever you want after this. There's too many different versions of what happened in this case. Now, I played a video earlier with that blurry ass body camera, so I already know what you're talking about with that. My thing is, show me all the information. I need receipts. I say this shit all the time. I need everything right here, because there's too many different versions of it. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. But if you want to say anything else on this before we go into the Smokey Robinson thing, go ahead.
All right. I just wanted to let you know, brother. I hear everything you said. Your two wrongs don't make a right, and all of that. But when you look at this situation, because we can go back again to the other ones that we did all the way back to last month with the Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf situation. I just, in my opinion, I just feel like comparing what happened with Austin with the stabbing, and how, like I said, it got so much media hype and it just blew up. When I look at this Cincinnati killing, I'm gonna say this: it really it didn't get a chance to blossom or get any hype until that father did what he did to that officer when he ran that officer over. So what I'm saying is, when they shot that boy, Hinton, the 18-year-old, I don't think that situation was looked at and was treated as delicately as the stabbing in Frisco with Austin. Up until the father, did what he did, for his son. Now, it's a sad situation for all the families, but we gotta look at it for what it is, bro. We're not living back in the day no more. People say you need to always, you can turn the other cheek and all that, but you only got two of them. You see what I'm saying? What we got after that? You hit me in this cheek, I turn, you hit me in that cheek, then what? So I hear you on the movements and stuff like that, but that narrative have been pushed for way too long. Way too long. And no, I'm gonna say this. The father is celebrated temporarily, but nobody wins in this situation, because he's gone, like you said, from his family. He lost his son, ain't coming back, and he killed the innocent man. He ain't even get the man that actually did it. That's what I was saying. If you're gonna go out like that, you might as well get the man that actually did it. He didn't do that. And outside of that, outside of him being a temporary hero, because it's temporary, that right there represented, to me, it represented, you know, a lot of frustrated fathers from the past and all of that. I just feel like he was wrong for not, like you said, not waiting to see all the evidence. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't patient enough to see it through. So I will say that was messed up. He could have saw it through a little bit, but you know, it's too late for that. So I'm gonna just say I pray for all the families, man, but you know, we can move on.
Yes, I know it's a touchy story, man. But I probably, like I said, my condolences with the family and all that, and the best with them. I want to jump into this right here. I found this on Twitter though. Like, it's weird. I was scrolling and I just happened to come across it. And I'm like, hold up. I did not know that he was on this type of shit or even involved in this at all. Like, I hadn't even thought about Smokey Robinson in years. And I just happened to see this. So it's like a 2-minute clip, man. I'm gonna play it through. Your thoughts on it? I mean, I think most of the people here probably seen it already. I'm brand new to it, so I don't know how new this is, how old this is, but I wanted to give my thoughts on it. So hold on.
We believe that Mr. Robinson is a serial and sick rapist that must be stopped.
Attorney John Harris revealing the accusations against Motown legend Smokey Robinson.
I will not describe the details of the sexual assaults and rapes because they're too graphic and disturbing for this news conference.
All 4 of Robinson's alleged victims have chosen to remain unnamed and are referred to as Jane Doe in the complaint.
Our 4 clients have a common thread. They're Hispanic women who were employed as housekeepers by the Robinsons, earning below minimum wage.
The accusations against the music legend include sexual assault, sexual battery, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment.
We're seeking damages of $50 million.
The complaint also claiming one of the Jane Does was first sexually assaulted in 2007 and that these acts continued until she resigned in 2024. According to the complaint, Robinson's former housekeeper claims in the lawsuit that she was sexually assaulted not even 2 months after she started cleaning the couple's Los Angeles mansion. Another Jane Doe claims Robinson started sexually assaulting her in 2016, claiming when she was home alone with the singer at his Los Angeles mansion, he would text her and ask her to meet at places in the house that didn't have cameras. The woman alleges he would then sexually assault her.
We do have evidence of some of the misconduct.
The complaint says the former employees didn't speak out or go to police because they were afraid of losing their livelihood, familial reprisal, and the possible adverse effect on their immigration status.
And having to tell their husband and children of these despicable acts against them left them overwhelmed with shame and embarrassment.
Robinson's wife, Frances, also named in the lawsuit, accused of creating a hostile work environment and being aware of what was alleged and not doing anything to stop it.
These 4 courageous women want and demand justice for themselves, and the filing of this lawsuit is the first step.
The complaint also accuses the Robinsons of not paying proper wages.
And we reached out to Robinson's record label about these allegations. We're still waiting to hear back.
That's about the size of it right there. I did not know. And like, before I even go into my rant, and I know this is fucked up, but I kind of chuckled a little bit when I heard 50 million. Do you know what 50 million means? You know why that number triggered me? Because Shannon Sharp is getting sued for $50 million. I thought that was fucking hilarious. It could have been any other number, but it was that number specifically. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Is he guilty? Do you think there's truth to this? Is this an opportunity to expose another celebrity? What is it? What are your thoughts on it? How do you feel about celebrities dealing with their housekeepers, maids, protecting yourself from this in the future?
That's, to me, that's wild, bro. I'm gonna laugh about it too because first of all, we're talking about we're really talking about one of the all-time great legends in music history, bro. You know, he from Motown. That's Smokey motherfucking Robinson. You feel me? Um, he got a wife in there and everything. What was crazy is the what was that, the representative lawyer or the representative, he up there pushing the narrative that we're seeking for this amount and all this, like what is all that coming from? And it don't make sense. I hell, even if that was true, even if he's guilty, which at this point, because of what he said, I don't give a damn if he is or not, because he was in that man's house, and whether he did that to you or whatever, you allowed him to constantly sexual assault y'all, you know, for shit that's damn near 20 years. That was a long abuse relationship to me. So the way I look at it, man, shoot, he's Smokey Robinson. He don't need to do that because his fame can get him anything. Just like the situation with Shannon. But it's sad that I think he's what, 80 something years old now. He's been out for so long, 60s, 70s. His fame can get him any woman in the world. I feel like it was a some type of bargaining agreement for them to get certain benefits and wages out his ass. So this whole thing could possibly be a setup because everybody in on it. We got one, we got two, we got three, we got four women trying to snatch this man for what he got at this time. It's 2025. What was y'all at in the tens, in the 2000s? Do that's why it sound fraud. So you let him do grope y'all for a whole donut, like a whole century of getting groped. And some of y'all had husbands too. That's embarrassing. So you didn't tell your husband because you was waiting for 20 years later of getting groped, and then all y'all can get paid after taking all that work. And I ain't buying it. Smokey Robinson can get anybody he want just off fame alone. Yeah, this was a whole work, and it's a scam.
I'm gonna be neutral here, and I'm gonna say it's possible, but it's also a chance that it's bullshit. See, Bill Cosby has got sent up the river, and he done had stuff on him You know, R. Kelly's another one.
But people do anything for that bag. They do anything for that bag, though, bro.
My thing is, you already said it. Why would you wait that long? Oh, I didn't want him to call immigration on me. And first of all,
but you still meeting up. You still meeting up, getting groped.
You shouldn't even be here in the first place. Like, technically, you're illegally here. I don't feel bad for you on that part. And I'll put this out there for the record. If ISIS come for any of y'all and y'all wasn't supposed to be here, but you managed to create families here, and then when y'all get snatched up and your kids are legally able to be here, but you're not, I don't feel bad for you. You should have went through proper protocol to get your citizenship. You're not the victim. The victim is the ones who missed out on money because you took the job. I don't feel bad for that at all. Now, in terms of this right here, I don't believe that any celebrity should be fucking around with anybody that is doing a couple of things. Celebrities should not fuck with OnlyFans models. Celebrities should not fuck with influencers. Celebrities should not fuck with nobody that's outside of their tax bracket. Everybody outside of your tax bracket is a enemy, as far as I'm concerned. I look at all of y'all as opportunists. You're waiting for that paycheck to come, and as soon as somebody is driving that Rolls Royce or that Hummer or whatever Maserati, as soon as you see one of them, it's a wrap. As far as I'm concerned, not basketball players, all of y'all stay the fuck away from people like Brittany Renner and Drea Michelle. Y'all tripping.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. But these are his maids, though.
Yeah, that's the fraud part about it. Y'all agreed to these terms. As far as I'm concerned, if it go back to the early 2000s, hell, how do we know that wasn't a part of y'all contract to give him sexual pleasures while cleaning the house up? It could have been in the agreement. And as far as I'm concerned, it seems that way if you let it go that long, cheating on your damn husband that long. If y'all got husbands, you kept your mouth closed and kept getting it done on you. So, hey, if whatever he did to these women made them that uncomfortable, it would make logical sense that his ass would have been reported in the 2000s wherever allegedly it started at. You're not gonna wait a decade and then another decade, and now we're tired of him doing us this way. We're going to report. Come on now, that don't even make sense. It's been almost 20 years.
But be real, a lot of this shit never makes sense. I just did a stream the other day. My man, he actually was falsely arrested because the broad, she lied and said that this man tried to snatch her kid up. Y'all go check out that video. He was I don't remember what ethnicity he was, but he is a 57-year-old man. He was going into the Walmart. He was going to pick up some Tylenol for his folks. The lady was riding around in a wheelchair that she shouldn't have been in the first place, riding around with her kids on it. And they had a couple of conversations. He was asking her for help. Long story short, after he leaves the store, after everything was clearly okay, she told the police that he tried to snatch her son. He spent the entire month in jail for nothing.
Mm.
And then I had the video. I played it, and it shows you the interaction between him and the lady. It absolved him of everything. He ended up having to pay a $10,000 bond to get out. She is ducking all smoke. Everybody trying to reach out to her. She ain't picking up. It is like these bras can just sit up there and lie and say that something happened without any proof and evidence, and your ass will go to jail just because they said it. They ain't got no proof. They ain't have nothing. They can just say you did it, and everybody will believe the shit. That's
Exactly.
the problem. That's one of the.
And that right there, what you described, that's been going on from the hands of time with women over men. But at the same time, they're gonna be putting and enforcing laws for these women for lying on men, especially if he can get time, like you said, 10 years, 15 years for a crime he didn't commit. And then after you get all that off my man, and more evidence come out and said, what I'm saying, you was an innocent man. I mean, look what happened in the movie Life. What they tell Eddie and Martin, man, ain't no way we can give you your life back. You can't make up 50 years. It's over with. I mean, I can tell you I'm sorry all I want to. I mean, it don't matter how you gonna make. Even if they give you $1 million, they took you old now. You ain't got a long time to keep it. There ain't no way you can get that time back. Time over money. 50, 60 years of your life, and you was innocent. Come on, bro. So it is gonna be some. It should be some laws intact for females, because females lie on all types of stuff. They lie about, especially when it comes to these babies that they put on certain dudes that ain't even theirs, and all of that, and the dude, get caught up with financial stuff with a kid that ain't even his. So all types of stuff like that is gonna be some changes when it comes to that. But as far as with Smokey, yeah, Smokey all time great, bro. Ain't no doubt about that. He been doing his thing for years. And Smokey, even if Smokey did do it, which he shouldn't even had to do that. That man got enough fame to not. He don't even need the four of them, wherever the country they from. You know what I'm saying? He can get him a sister. That's Smokey Robinson, bro. Ain't too many people gonna tell Smokey no. So that don't even. Yeah, he don't need them. But they needed Smokey because, like that, you see how that lawyer was so enthused and all. He think he getting paid. That's why. Give me the 50 million. That lawyer think he getting paid. He want to take Smokey for all he got. Cause he want a percentage. He don't give a fuck about them women. He want a percentage of that money so he can get off. Sad. You know what I'm saying? You don't care if they got growth.
I hold my reserves, because as far as I'm concerned, most of these celebrities are freaks anyway. You don't be knowing what's in their closet. Hell, it was just a year ago, and I know this don't really have nothing to do with this, but I bring it up because the correlations. People get away with shit for decades before dirt come out. You know what I'm saying? This man had killed somebody in like 1970, got away with that shit for mad long, and then he just happened to be driving without a license. Police ran the registration on the car and all that shit, found out that he was one of America's most wanted, got his ass just because he was driving without a license. I think it was on a run for like 20, 30 years. So I ain't gonna sit here and say Smokey ain't been doing and dibbling and dabbling. But if he was, then his ass needed to get the same treatment as everybody else. But I can't stand liars. And
I'm just saying that if he did do it, bro, I'm just saying he didn't need to. He got fame. Even if he did do it, that's mad, like you said, that's mad long for this to just come out.
but like when you got money like that, you have a sense of entitlement. You feel like you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want and buy whoever you want, because people are easily bought. People worship money. You give them a specific price, there's a good chance that they might bite on it. And I'm not saying that this is that, but it happens, trust me. So don't get it twisted. He has the potential to do things like that. I mean, look at Diddy right now. You know
Everybody got a price. What my man, $1 Million Man, say, everybody got a price.
Exactly.
Oh man, shaking my head.
I haven't uploaded this post yet, but somebody came out with the idea to have a false accusation registration type of a thing. So it's essentially like if you were a pedophile or a registered sex offender, you know how the process goes. That means that shit is on your record for life.
Stain. You're a stain.
Yeah. No matter where you go, boom, on your job, resume, all that is there. You should have a false accusation registration. That would minimize a lot of this stuff that's coming out. It would keep a lot of people from being on this bull.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about. I would like to know who I'm working next to. Is this someone who is prone to lying about being touched inappropriately? Is this a person who got somebody fired for something falsely? Yeah, they should have to put their name on there and deal with the consequences, just like the person who had to serve time and they can't get that back. And I say this is one of the reasons why men are being very like standoffish with trying to get real close to a lot of these chicks, man, because they be on some other stuff.
Maybe
Now,
on
let
that
me
bag.
ask you this before because I know yeah. Should a woman who falsely accuse somebody of something and the person serves time for it, the evidence comes out, proves that none of it was true, should the person who made the claim get equal sentence, or should the punishment be more severe? How would you go about giving accountability to women who did stuff like that?
Yeah, because some of these women don't really, want to face the accountability of what they did, especially after it's been exposed and it's been discovered that you did something for years. You told that man that he was a junior, and that boy, he raised that boy for 10 years, and he just finding out. Why couldn't you, So what I will suggest with those situations that it need to be a blood test given at birth, because I think there's a lot of men out here getting got like that. But as far as the accountability piece, when you talk about the jail time and everything like that, I think that should be optional. You either give these females jail time for the lies and accusations that they made to cause to take time out of another guy's life, or they should pay a lengthy, I'm gonna say a lengthy fine for making that man serve like that. I'm talking about years. You know how you get hit with the IRS because you went through the prosecution, you involved the system to hear the bullshit that you were saying. So now, since you was discovered, your story didn't match up. Now you're gonna have to fucking pay us and that guy for the discomfort of his life. And that shit could take up to about 10 years, however long it takes. Start garnishing their checks or something. If they don't want to serve the time, yeah, hit them like that. Hit them where it hurt.
Oh, that pocket always hurt. That's the one thing you don't want.
No more Louis Vuitton for y'all. No more Gucci.
Real.
Yeah.
Is
Start paying
that
people.
even? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Something has to be done about that. I don't know what's going to come with that story. 20 years? 20 years and you don't say nothing? How the hell are you supposed to prove that this happened? How do you prove that he really did what he said he did after all that time done passed? Are you telling me that you sat there for 20 years and kept receipts of everything that happened and you just decided to wait until you were damn near on your deathbed to want to sue? Is that your retirement package?
Because wouldn't they need like proof, like evidence that he did assault all these women? Wouldn't they need like bodily fluids of his on their body and all that? Like, don't they do stuff like that to see if these stories actually took place? Because you gotta get something on the table when you're talking about 50 million. No, that gotta be on the table.
Yeah, they said they want money. They ain't even say shit about going to jail or nothing. They say I want $50 million. Yeah, I don't like you owe. I don't really care about you going to jail. Just give me the money.
I don't even mind. So I don't even mind that you groped me like that for 20 years. Just pay me for it. Pay me right for it. That's all. That's what they saying. You groped me. I cheated on my husband, you know what I'm saying? And kept it from him for all them years. But just pay me the 50 and then me and my husband be happy. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy work.
That would be dirty as hell. So you had a conversation with your husband and said, look, I'm gonna let Smokey do this and do that to me for about 20 years, and then I'm gonna come out and say this happened and just be okay with me possibly sleeping with him and doing it. What?
And the husband just stay there for a payday.
Right.
One day he's gonna get paid. Come on, man.
That shit is crazy.
That's diabolical work. That's diabolical.
I don't know, man. We'll see. Damn. Any last thoughts on the story with the Hinton family, the officer, or with the Smokey situation? Anything you want to leave the audience with before we get up out of here?
Yeah. With the Smokey situation, we of course with that situation we're gonna need it. We're gonna need a bit more evidence. I mean, even with the Bill Cosby situation when he had to serve jail time, the man was like just like Smokey, the man was like in his 80s. Like, come on, good people. He was talking about stuff that he did in the 80s. This was like 30 years later. Like, come on. All the stuff that I just feel like if the stories wasn't fraud, why couldn't we get the justice as soon as it happened if it was like some genuine stuff? So I just think on that situation, let's get some more details and see if we can get some closure in that. And far as the officer and the son that got killed, this story is gonna be, it's gonna be replayed a lot of times. I'm just gonna break it down like this. Um, the black culture, the black community, is, they've been tired, but they just fed up with these type of cases, how it impact and play out. And on the other end, with the white community, they're not really, used to outcomes like that one with the father doing that. So it was, once again, like with Metcalf, it was a tough day at the office, and it wasn't expected that he did that, and it just shows you where we at as a people today, and it also show you where we need to get at as a people today. So yeah, let that sizzle in y'all spirit about the eye for eye and all of that. We need to get closer, of course, to God, but we need to get closer as a union, as a whole world in unity, man. We need to bring it together and bring some healing to that situation, man, because to me, I don't think neither side is going to deal with that, no more, or allow that to keep happening. So we need to just come together.
Yeah, y'all petty as shit. Y'all waiting until these niggas turn 80 years old to want to take them to court. That's petty. That's petty as shit. y'all, y'all let that man Bill Cosby hit 60, 70, 80 years old and then decided to
Yeah,
throw his ass in jail.
because I'm tired. It's like this. They're tired of, like, they like success. Like, if you do something good so long, and yeah, I'm you gotta have some type of dirt on these people, man. Like everybody love Smokey Robinson. I like a lot of his music. He got a lot of hits, Motown records and all that. But once you be looked once you be looked at for so many years as that example, as that light, or a hero or whatever, it's time for your ass to go heal. It's time for you to be a villain. And I think that's what these stories mean. Just like with Shannon Sharp, same thing with him. He played football real good. He rose from the top as a great sports analyst, and we seen the levels of success. And now, yeah, you need to go heal. See if you can thrive as a villain. So I think that's where the dirt on these people's names come at, man. And sad but true.
Yeah. Well, hey, look, man. I'm glad you could pull up. We just pulled a double shift. I know some of y'all was with me earlier, man. Y'all probably got work in the morning
I know
and
I
all
do. I
that.
gotta go. I gotta go in.
Shit,
Gotta go in early.
some of y'all still gonna be up on this app till about 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't do it. Fuck that. But it's all love. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with us. We'll be back. I know I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm going back into the lab and shit.
Keep
I'll
dialing
see
it up.
y'all. Yeah. So I mean, I'm constantly doing something on YouTube. If y'all ever decide to pull up over there and check out some of the content, man, that would be much appreciated. If you are watching here, do me a solid if you would. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask nobody for super chats and none of that shit. You know, I just ask for a little support so the algorithm can put some respect on my channel. You dig? So we about it here, man. I'm about to watch this new season of Zeus because I've been waiting for this shit to come on for a while, and I'm gonna end up doing a review on that. But yeah, we about it, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Links in the bio.
Stay tuned. Rivalry week. Rivalry coming up. What the hell?